guys, it's a beautiful morning and this is Shilpa here. You're watching 40 hours a day. So the reason that I'm sitting outside is because today we are going to talk about spider mites and here's the poor baby who got infected so bad. अगर आप इस वीडियो को हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं तो मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन पे लिंक डाला है एंड टॉप राइट कॉर्नर पे भी एक लिंक दिखेगा आपको, तो आप उसको क्लिक करें तो वो आपको हिंदी वाले वीडियो पे ले जाएगा. Some time back I suddenly noticed that the leaves of this plant that I have here have turned red. So I came back for a closer inspection and that is when I found there was a lot of webbing going around here. So the early signs of spider mite could be just white dots. So spider mites are effectively just spiders, but they are way less smaller than normal spiders. You can say they are like around 1 millimeter or so. So I found that it's not a very easy pest to detect because if you have mealybugs, then they are decently big and they'll cover up your entire plant with white spots, so it gets easier. And similarly is for bigger pests. They are clearly visible that because they are moving around and things like this. So how you can detect spider mites is when you see your leaves are starting to have some spotting with red and white, or when you see a little bit of sticky webbing here and there. And when your plant moves a lot ahead in infestation, then you'll start seeing the symptoms that I saw, which are red leaves. So now let's talk about what you can do about it. So I have seen that people use a solution made of very different things in very different ratios, like vinegar, neem oil, soap, baking soda, lemon, hydrogen peroxide and things like that. Neem oil is something I did not want to use because of its very strong smell, and hydrogen peroxide, if used in wrong amounts, can rather harm your plant. So I just wanted to stick with some safe options, which were shampoo, baking soda and vinegar. So why I chose to use these three? Because these three are the things that we either consume or use. So if they are gentle on us, so I can at least trust them on my plants too. Here I have 1 liter of water and then I'll mix all of the things that I'm talking about here in water to make a solution. Let's start with soap. Try to stick with the mildest one that you have. Just use like 4 to 5 drops, and if you think your plant is in a really bad shape, then maybe you can use 3-4 more drops, but I do not suggest using a lot of shampoo. So with vinegar, I just took a cap full here, which could be like 2 to 3 tablespoons. So with baking soda, I am using like half a teaspoon. And why I'm using baking soda and vinegar in less amounts than what you will find on internet is because these are the kind of things which will gradually eat away your skin. Just imagine if you were to have a wound and some vinegar were to fall on it, the kind of burning sensation that you'll get. So with baking soda, people generally do have an idea that it's going to cool you down, but it actually anyways eats up your skin. Maybe you do not feel the burning sensation, but baking soda does the same thing if exposed for longer period of time. The whole solution that we are trying to make is supposed to eat away the skin, but it's supposed to eat away the spider mite. I do not want it to eat away my plant skin cells. So I'm just adjusting the amounts in such a way that it harms the spider mites, but it does not harm my plant. So the reason I'm putting it in spray bottle is because just like spiders, spider mites also live underneath the leaves and in between the leaves. So spray bottle will help you reach all of the areas for a thorough cleansing. So with spider mites, there is a very weird issue. So let's say you had 100 spider mites in your plant. Before you started cleaning, you were able to kill 90 of them. So the 10 remaining ones will become resilient. So what it means is next time if you were to give the same treatment to these remaining 10 spider mites, they'll not die. You'll have to use a harsher solution. Their offspring will also be born resilient. So the goal here is just trying to kill every bit of spider mite that you see in the first go, so that you do not have to deal with generations which are more resilient than the previous generations. So here I am spraying my plant. I just decided to clean this plant because I had like countable leaves and which were very big and easy to clean. So let's say if you have this issue with a plant which is very big or bushy or have very tiny leaves, you cannot keep rubbing each of the leaves, then you'll just have to spray it for extended period of time. with multiple sprays, it will eventually clean the surface without you actually rubbing on them. So once you think that you are done with spraying your plant, then all of the things that we have added in the solution are not really good for roots. They were just to treat the spider mites. So what you can do is you can pour a lot of water and let all of the solution which the soil soaked in drain out. The water that you use to water the plant, use that water so that whatever is left over in the soil can be utilized. So the next was this, which was sitting right beside that. So I found that there was a tiny bit of webbing starting here. So I gave it the same treatment so that it does not go on. So this guy here did not have any webbing that I can see. But like I mentioned, spider mites are not really easy to detect at first. So maybe this had it and maybe I could not see it. So just to be safe, I gave this the same treatment. And by the way, if you're curious, what is this? This is wheatgrass. Why is this here? Is because I've been reusing the soil that I've been using there. So there is a video on my channel which I'll link up here that you should watch if you need a detailed video about wheatgrass. Because these are spiders and these are webbings, they will not just stick to your plant, they'll also stick to the surroundings. So once you keep your plant back there, they'll again jump onto the plant. So the key here is just cleaning the surrounding. If you miss to do that, then this whole effort will go to waste. So the next step is, after you give this treatment, keep an eye on your plant for any webbing or spider mites that you might have missed. The small colony that you missed earlier would become a big one in next few days. If you see any, then just give it a second treatment. So once I was done with my treatment, and in next 3 to 4 days I saw a new leaf popping up. So that leaf is pretty big now, but this guy has been growing like crazy. I don't know if this was growing this fast even earlier. That shows that this whole solution worked really well. But I do see a tiny bit of leftover webbing, so I should give it a second treatment. Right now it's still in control and the plant is able to fight for its life. Earlier it was in such bad stage that the plant was not able to do much for itself. So that is it for this video, guys. If you have not subscribed yet, I would suggest you do, because I do a lot of things on this channel like lifestyle, DIY, sewing, plants, makeup and a lot of stuff. I would really love you guys to come along. Don't forget to click the notification bell and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
So with this guy I had, oh shit, no, oh dear, fuck. I just spilled water all over myself. You just, oh my god, my feet.